In the Light of the Red Lamp, a spiritual allegory based on the short story by Maurice Level. The room was still, silent, in that peculiar way only hospitals know, where life and death quietly pass each other in the halls. Dr. Armand Delors stood beside the operating table, his hands trembling beneath latex gloves. The red lamp above them bathed everything in a surreal glow, part warning, part witness. It was not the first time he'd stood beneath that light, but tonight it felt different. A woman lay before him, unconscious, her breathing shallow, pulse fading. No family had come, no name beyond the one on the chart. To the world, she was just a body in need of healing. To him, she was a test. The surgery should have been routine, but as he cut, something shifted inside him. Not a medical complication, something moral. A thought crept in. Her life was fragile. Her soul was close to departure. She was helpless. And no one would know if he made a mistake. The red light glared down like an eye that saw into bone and intention. The scalpel in his hand felt heavier than ever before. It wasn't just flesh he held, it was power. He paused. It would be easy, a voice whispered. A slip of the blade, a slowing of pressure. She would drift away, and the world would never question him. After all, medicine was imperfect, accidents happened. But another voice rose from the depths of his spirit, a quiet one. Are you a surgeon? Or a god? In the light of the red lamp, Dr. Delors was no longer a doctor, but a soul standing at the edge of his own abyss. The room was transformed from a sterile chamber into a crucible of conscience. Maurice Level's tale, written in the early 20th century, was meant to unsettle, and it does. But beneath the horror lies something more profound, a parable about free will, spiritual accountability, and the unseen watchers that stand guard over human choice. The red lamp, in its glow, becomes more than light. It is karma, awareness, divine witness. It exposes the shadows of the human ego, the urge to play God, to choose death when no death is warranted. Delors felt it, not with his eyes, but in his soul. The lamp radiated something more than color. It carried the weight of judgment, not external, but internal. The part of himself he had long buried, the part that remembered oaths taken, promises made. He put down the scalpel. He sutured. He saved. When the woman stabilized, he left the room in silence. The red light still burned behind him, but now it felt softer, less condemning, almost forgiving. Spiritual reflection. In every life, there comes a red lamp moment. A test when no one is watching. When the decision is yours alone. Do you cross the line? Simply because you can. Do you bend the rules when accountability is nowhere in sight? The red lamp represents spiritual illumination, a confrontation with truth in the quiet spaces of the soul. It reminds us that the divine isn't only in cathedrals or sacred texts, it is in choice. In what we do when we believe no one will ever know. Maurice Level's horror isn't just of life and death, but of the inner battle each human faces. The line between shadow and light is often drawn, not in grand battles, but in small, silent rooms. And the red lamp, like the divine presence, always sees.